Well, surprise, surprise, I am stupid. So, pretty much, I did the entire Wicked Wheel Wednesday video, and I was going to publish it, and then I realized as I was rewatching it that I had used the list from last week, meaning that a lot of people who were on the list weren't supposed to get it, and a lot of people who were supposed to get it weren't on the list. So, that kind of sucked. So now I gotta do this all over again. Yeah. Well, on some good news though, I was able to find my hat. For those of you who don't know, I lost it last week, and this is a very special hat for me because I've had it for a very long time. But turns out I just dropped it somewhere in my house and I didn't realize it. So I was looking all over my dorm for it, and it turns out it was just at home. So that was a relief. Anyway, now that I have the hat back, and now that I have the proper list in, we can now proceed with the drawing. Yeah. Also, I do want to try to make some adjustments to the videos. I know that everybody enjoyed watching Dolph's video, and it was extremely funny. After watching it again, I realized that maybe using more, I guess, well, just like talking more and not really just focusing on getting it done with quickly is a good way of doing things. So I'm gonna try it out instead of trying to just condense the video as quickly as I can. So we'll try that and we'll see how it goes. And I'm always open to any suggestions or criticisms. But anyway, let's get into the drawings. So we'll start off with boss. And boss is gonna get +1 juice for 1 week. Alright, let's see. Next up we're gonna have Reap. And Reap is going to get X+1 parlay. Alright, actually, funny story for today. I came back from the gym, and while I was there, I got a call from my dad in the middle of set, and I was talking to him, and it turns out that someone had messaged him because they wanted to make a trade. They were trying to get rid of David Johnson and get back Adam Thielen while swapping quarterbacks because my dad has a quarterback who's on bye. So in talking with him, I was trying to let him know that David Johnson, the guy is trying to sell David Johnson mainly due to his name and what he was doing earlier in the season when he wasn't as hurt. So I'll post a trade in the Fantasy Football channel, but pretty much I believe it was Baker and Adam Thielen for Kirk Cousins and David Johnson. So I don't think getting David Johnson is the best move, especially if you're giving up Thielen. But so I advise him to not make the trade, but I'll definitely ask and get your opinion so I can give him some additional feedback. Anyway. Ophi. And Ophi is going to get 2 MHC free bet. Actually, what's nice is that even though I made this mistake, I don't have my first class today. I had my genetics test this past Sunday, which was my second exam. And because of that, that means I don't have recitation for that this week. So therefore, that means I have more time to chill at my dorm and knock out some work. So it doesn't hurt as much because I would have had to be gone by now to go to my class. Alright, Aeondis is going to get +1 juice for 1 week. Alright, coming up next is going to be DPMX. And let's put this one at the bottom. And DPMX is going to get a 10% rebate on one bet. So congrats. Alright, Fleece is up. And Fleece is going to get one free live bet. And live bets are always fun. This gives you the opportunity to try one of those out. Watching Dolph's video, I mean, that thing was like 25 minutes long, but everyone enjoyed it anyway. I think that's pretty cool and something that I hope that I can at least fabricate in some way, even though I'm not nearly as drunk or as entertaining. Alright, Bama is up. Bama's going to get +1 juice for 1 week. That was a tough game against LSU, but it was definitely a very exciting game. I know that a lot of the other people in the Dolph house were following it because they have closer ties to that than I do. But yeah, I thought it was a good game all around. Alright, Pickle. And Pickle is going to get a 10% rebate on one bet. Alright, Spartans is going to get +5 juice for 1 day. And actually, speaking about Spartans, watching Big Ten basketball has been interesting. Ever since I got into Rutgers, I started following their basketball team, mainly because I really didn't want to follow their football team because the football team is trash. And at least their basketball team is at least somewhat competitive. And I've always enjoyed going to their games. It's always a lot of fun. Just the atmosphere at a basketball game I always enjoy. Yeah, another 10% rebate, this one for Brosk. I actually went to one last week, which was our home opener against Bryant. And that one, we honestly choked. We should have won that one by a lot more. And we just barely pulled out the win by like 2 because their three-point shooters like caught fire in the 3rd and 4th. And they literally did not miss. So, there's actually a game tonight. Who's it against? It's against Drexel. I'm playing Drexel tonight. And Drexel's 2-1. We're 2-0. I'm pretty sure we could beat them. I have time tonight. I honestly might try and go. Hopefully we can pull out another dub. Alright, and +5 juice for Miami Dolphins. Going off of Miami, my roommate and I usually like playing 2K. Usually we'll do the thing where you press the random button 3 times, and you have to pick one of those 3 teams. And then if you don't like any of those 3 teams, you can randomize once more, but then you're stuck with that other team that you randomize. So it's always a lot of fun to try out. The team that I play best with is the Blazers. But for this game, we were like, you know what, let's just do Heat versus Knicks, because he's a Heat fan and I'm a Knicks fan, sadly. I'm definitely better at 2K than him, just because I've been playing for longer, and I just taught him how to play last year. But he whooped me really badly with the Heat. And that's a live bet for Mr. NFL. The Knicks are just so bad. Like, no one can really score on their own. It's a struggle. Alright, another Miami guy. Sort of. Dolph. He's betting with us now, so that's weird. Thankfully, he's still losing his bets, so our nets are not as trash. And Dolph's first ever Wicked Wheel Wednesday is going to be a 0.5 MHC free bet. So, Use that wisely. Yeah, I've also been watching Miami play basketball more in real life, just because my roommate's a fan, and they're a really fun team to watch. Yesterday they were playing the Pistons, I believe, and some of their passing in the first half was just exquisite to watch. A really good game overall. And double dose parlay for Nick. Go Hogs. And that's going to be +1 juice for this entire week for you. If you're going to pick one out, just take this one. That's going to be +1 juice for 1 week for Z-Man. Going back to 2K, one of the things I liked back in 2K18 that I started doing again is the My GM mode. So pretty much you're able to make managerial decisions, sign people, trade people, and it's always pretty fun, in my opinion. 10% rebate for D-Russ. Especially because I'm able to actually see the Knicks do something and actually be able to help them when instead in real life I'm just sitting there watching them crumble before my eyes. Plus, I like making managerial decisions, stuff like trades. I always enjoy that in fantasy, and this is pretty much like fantasy, except I can actually control the players, so that's always fun. +3 juice for Colton. Alright, next up is Mosey. Yeah, there's 2 in here, isn't there? Okay. Leave that one there. Mosey is going to get a prop parlay voucher. And then whoever's next is just going to get this other one. G-Bub is going to get +5 juice for 1 day. And that leaves, last but not least, LBJ. Man has been hooking everybody up with some fire graphics, so make sure you check him out. He's been making some really incredible art. I really appreciate what he's done. And if you haven't gotten a Christmas hat on your graphics or profile pictures or whatever, make sure you get it on. And you're going to get +3 juice on any day during the week. So that about wraps things up. Hopefully you all are able to enjoy whatever you got selected. And have a nice week. Let me know if you have any questions as usual.